Hello everybody, hope you're having a nice day. So me, Rosie and Elma are here to tell you about a very exciting charity event that we have got coming up. This is something we've wanted to do for a really long time. It's called the Big Sew Off, and that's exactly what we hope it to be. So on May the 12th this year, we will be sewing for 24 hours. I will be sewing myself for 24 hours non-stop, and the Sew Over It team will be sewing
as much as we can.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit more detail in a minute. And the idea is that, one, you can sponsor us to sew for this amount of time, but also what we sew, we will then auction off and sell, and all of the proceeds will go towards Mind Charity. Now, Mind Charity is a mental health charity, and we feel that sewing has really helped so many of us with our mental health, particularly recently through the pandemic, and it's our chance to kind of give back to that charity. So Rosie, tell me about what the Sew Over It team's going to do.
A lot of sewing, hopefully. So we're going to be sewing for the 24 hours. Lisa is going to be trying to sew for the 24 hours straight, and the rest of the Sew Over It team will be doing sort of a sewing relay, tag teaming in and out for sewing, cutting out, finishing seams, ironing, making cups of tea, having naps.
Definitely naps.
And fetching biscuits.
I think we're going to create a little nap corner. So
us and Poppy can have a little lie down.
Perfect. And Alma, we've been talking about how we want to stream this, so maybe you can tell everyone about what we're going to do with that.
So we're going to have a live stream for the whole 24 hours. If you stick with us for the whole time, that would be incredible. Just like cheer us on along the way. It'll probably be on YouTube. We'll have the whole event streamed constantly from the sewing room, from our sewing hub, but also we'll have some Instagram live videos and lots of stories and lots of content on our dedicated Instagram account, which is at The Big Sew Off. And it's going to be really fun. It's going to be us, of course, but also lots of our guests, our celebrities will visit us. They will hopefully take over for a little bit of time. I don't know how many more people will be sewing for 24 hours, but
well, so far potentially I've got a couple of people. I don't want to say that they're definitely doing it on this video in case they backtrack, but we will be joined already. We've got the New Craft House girls, Elisa Lex from By Hand London, the Fold Line girls, and Guthrie and Garney as well.
So exciting.
All keen to be involved. So here in London, we'll have a London hub where we will be sewing, as well as some of the friends of Sew Over It
popping in.
Coming in. Unfortunately, we can't just open it up publicly because the space isn't big enough, but we'll be having a designated space in central London for our hub. Then Lauren at Guthrie Garney is going to have her own little hub set up as well there, and more details to follow on that.
That's Birmingham.
And that's in Birmingham, I should have said that. And maybe some of you guys will also set things up.
Your own,
So maybe you should now talk about how you can help. So how can you help? Well, one, you can head to the Big Sew Off page. So that's thebigsewoff.com. All the details are in the description box below, and you can donate or sponsor us to sew for that amount of time. It's going to be intense, but I'm determined to do this. I've wanted to do this for years, so I am going to do it. Another way you can get involved is by sewing yourselves from home. So you might want to set up your own hubs in your own sewing communities. You do not have to sew for 24 hours, but what we thought is the 24 hours, because our audience is so wonderfully international, at least wherever we are in the world, if you're sewing for a stint of time, you know that we'll be sewing at that time as well.
Absolutely.
So if you can give some time to sew on the 12th of May, then whatever you sew, if you can sell that and then send the proceeds through our Just Giving page on our site, the Big Sew Off site that is, then we can keep track of how much we've all raised together. The other way you might want to do it is you might want to sew for 24 hours yourself and join me in that sew-a-thon. And if you want to do that, you might want to set up your own Just Giving page to raise money, so that you can ask your friends and families to sponsor you. That's also an option. So there'll be more information about this coming up. We'll be talking about it lots because it's actually
It's quite soon.
Yeah, 2 months away.
Need to start practicing.
Yeah,
Not sleeping and
sewing.
sewing.
yeah, that's going to be a problem for me because I like to go to bed early. So yeah, lots and lots of Yorkshire tea. I think this is like an IV drip of Yorkshire tea coming into me. But yeah, you can see we're really excited about it. I think it's a great event and something we really want all of you guys to be involved with as much as you can.
The community to all come
Yeah,
together.
absolutely.
It will be a nice moment for
really
that.
nice moment, and it's such a wonderful online community, the sewing community. So I really think that we can make this quite a big thing if we all do get involved. And like Alma said, there will be on the day the live feed, so you can always, even if you're sewing on your own at home, you can feel like you're sewing with us because you can have the live feed up on YouTube. And then we will also be doing little kind of Instagram live. So we were thinking we can put the tripod with the Instagram, the phone there for me to do a live whilst I'm sewing with you guys, so we can be chatting whilst we're sewing, and then I can pass that on to someone else, and they
There'll
can
be
do
something happening.
There'll be
at all
something
times,
happening,
basically.
yeah, exactly. There'll always be something going on. So we'll, throughout that 24-hour period, we will be reporting like journalists on what's happening. Great, so head over to the Big Sew Off. If you have any questions, then of course you can email us at info@sewoverit.com, but just hang fire for more details because we will be sending out more details. But have a look at the site, you'll get a lot of questions answered there, and make sure you're following at the Big Sew Off on Instagram because that's where we'll be posting updates as well. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.